Yeah.
But how's that? You defend yourself in some way, and I feel your defense. From there, I get my piston, and then you're going like that, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Into my body. If I release this forward, straight forward like this, that forward direction is what we call G. Like this,
Right.
I could from here, I could get my Zong, expand my body, expand it down.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then your posture starts to break.
And that's effective.
All right, so the question is, as you apply your Zong to Peng, Li, Ji, An, right? Zong is expansion, and Peng particularly has this upwardness. So how about other ones? How does that fit into this model, right?
Right.
So if we look at the realm of Zong, which is to say mainly about the perfection of the pressure in our body, not overly concerned with the flow of qi around us and things like that. At the level of pressure, physical pressure,
Right.
what does the four Peng Li Qi An really behave as, right?
Right.
Okay, so to really understand that, you have to understand how Zong becomes Peng. So one of the things that people have learned on our channel is that I say that Peng and Zong acts like a donut, and that as your weight sinks down the inside of your body,
Right.
that it begins to rise up the outside of our body. Okay? And the sinking down creates that rising. And that rising is sometimes what people call Peng. And Peng is a term used a lot in Tai Chi. And so that means that
Yes.
there's actually different elements and different degrees of Peng. So this is the Peng of pressure. So if you push upon me, so here, you're resisting me, I can't lift you like this, right?
Right.
So if I let my weight sink down in Zong, and then the ground starts supporting me up like this, so this is one Peng. You feel this.
Right.
And it feels like what? What is it like?
It's an inexorable expansion with a little bit of an up flavor to it.
Yeah, inexorable expansion. So it feels powerful that it's hard to stop, right?
Yes.
And let me explain what the donut really is. So if we think of ourselves as being a fluid-filled sack, okay, like I say, we're an octopus and we're all
Right.
soft and liquidy inside, right?
Right.
When that weight, the weight of the water settles downwards, okay, because normally we're holding ourselves up, and when we Zong, the first thing we do is we let go, it goes down.
Yeah.
When water pours into a glass, what happens to, hello? When water pours into a glass, what happens? It flows and it fills, right?
Right.
So it flows down, I'll model on you, so it flows down and it fills to
Yeah.
the side. And so as your weight flows down, it fills sideways out.
Yeah.
And that's what creates the outward fluid pressure
Yes.
that expands your body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So the feeling of expansion is not your air puffing up per se, it's actually the hydrostatic pressure expanding into the vessel. And that vessel, what contains this pressure is your fascia. So as your weight lets go, it starts to expand into your fascia. And then as you let go all the way, it keeps flowing all the way up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then when your fascia has the right integrity that holds all of this and conforms to the shape of this, and you expand, then you know that water pressure is in every direction, right? So
Right.
if you're underwater, you're a submarine, you're being crushed from above and around in every direction.
Yes.
Now, in a way, it's also pushing up on you, which is what makes boats and submarines float, and fishes and stuff like that too, right?
Right.
So there's upward pressure as well too. So Peng, the first level of Zong Peng, is when you have released and Zong so much and your fascia is behaving the right way, that the pressure in every direction, including in the upward direction,
Yes.
is now equivalent to your gravitational weight.
Oh, very good. Good.
This is like just solid physics.
Yeah,
So your
yeah.
your G 9.8 meters per second squared, when that downward times your mass creates that's your weight, right? And then when the pressure upwards acting on the surface is equivalent, generates equivalent upward pressure versus the downward pressure, then you will feel weightless. Now, you will not become weightless. If you're on a bathroom scale, the number doesn't change.
Right.
But insofar as how your anti-gravity muscles, your calves, your core, and your neck, all of these things are holding you up, or normally it's holding up your full weight. as the pressure fills your fascia is now carrying that weight. Just like we say, when you have good Peng, you can carry the opponent's force, you distribute the opponent's force. You learn to distribute your own weight. And so when the pressure of supported pressure of your Peng from the Zong is equal to your weight, then as far as your muscle is concerned, you feel practically weightless. It is how you experience your body. And that's why when Tai Chi is done well, done correctly, that it feels so effortless. And you watch the person doing it, it looks like they're just floating in the air or floating in the sea in their movements like that. And because the muscles truly are feeling as if they're weightless. Now you see like these amazing calisthenics demonstration, people like grab a pole and then they like, they climb up, they climb down, and they pretend to walk in the air.
Right.
And they make it look weightless, but I know their muscles are working extremely, extremely hard. That's very impressive. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But they do use their fascia to hold that shape. And so Tai Chi is doing something similar, but it's really, 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 really focused on not doing absurdly challenging things, but how to move in a way in which our body feels weightless.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
so,
does.
So that is the most pure Peng, in which the upward pressure from your Zong is equal to the downward pressure from your weight.
And being able to maintain that throughout the form.
Exactly. So then you can move weightlessly. Now, Peng Li Ji An. So what that reveals is that, well, pressure is actually in every direction, right? So I can have an upward pressure equivalent to my downward weight. Does that make sense?
Right.
And that's what makes it so that I feel weightless and you have a hard time pushing me down.
Right.
But it's in every direction, so it's also in the forward direction, also in the backward direction. So when I choose this ball, which has pressure in every direction, our pressure sphere, to release the pressure upwards or forwards or backwards, we create different directional effects. So when you push upon me, right? Actually, let's go simple. If you push down on my shoulder, just push down. So push hard, hard, hard. So right now my legs are slowly carrying. Once I Zong and expand like this, now that's a different feeling.
Right.
I have this fullness that's easy to receive you with, right?
Yeah.
And so you push in forward into me, push, push, push. So instead of this muscling, my weight goes down, it starts to fill. It fills to my thigh, body, and it fills to my arm. And now as you push harder, see, that is spreading around my fascia. And it's not really reaching into my body. If I release this forward, straight forward like this, that forward direction is what we call Ji. And you say it's like if you have a wall and I move that forward with this pressure, you could think of the wall like a piston, a horizontal piston. So if I had a circular wall and that gets pressured forward towards you, it is like a piston, right?
Yeah.
And if you had a vertical wall and have a square piston is uncommon, but you can have such a thing, right? Mm-hmm. So essentially you push me, push hard, right? And then I feel my pressure and the piston goes forward like this. And then so you're unable to overcome that pressure and it bounces you back.
Yes.
So that's G, whether it's one hand or two hands.
Right.
Two hands more anatomically comfortable.
Right. Yes.
And then so Li is similar. So Li is not a yielding, it is a backwards movement of this piston.
Okay, good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. That's an important distinction.
Right. So especially if you pull me, you're pulling me, pull back with your strength, your weight, and so forth. So like right there, it's not about me yielding and being limp back. I feel my pressure like this, right, with my Zong, like this, and the piston goes this way.
Yep.
Like that.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Sure.
One of the original uses of An is to stop people who are coming in to grab your body or grab your legs, like a wrestler who's
right,
like that.
Right.
So when you're coming in low, right? Coming in low as you're comfortable, right? One of the ways that I make contact with your arms or your body, if I and sink you down, it's hard for you to continue coming forward.
It really is.
It's kind of like a sprawl. In a classic wrestling sprawl, you would press down upon them with your body while you pull your legs back, right?
Yes.
So in the Tai Chi one, we want our legs, so we're just going to drop the sinking pressure. So
you'd certainly stop it.
Yeah. And once you stop it, then you can push them back, or you could strike, or you could do different kind of things.
Right.
So building upon that, one of the good ways to bring into the form is to pressure test them. Meaning, let's say I'm going to do white crane show swing, like that, right? So you might gently put a little pressure on their arm, right? And hold it down like this. I'm going to come up like here. So that ask them to feel the resistance, but pour the weight down and let your body expand. Let it reach into the arm. Once you feel your arm has expanded and there's a certain buoyancy, a sense of buoyancy and fullness in the body,
Yeah.
then to expand that into
Yeah,
the
yeah.
direction of the form.
Yeah.
And if they could complete that, then that's a good sign.
Good song.
One of the common source of confusion to that is that they're saying, I feel like I'm using my muscle so much to do this. And the answer is yes, you can use your muscle. What you want is an evenness, where all the muscle use doesn't feel like it's in one spot. So I say it's like,
Good point.
like sunscreen or lotion. I feel like it's all right here.
Right.
I need to inflate that and spread it everywhere out.
Yeah.
So now it's not on my shoulder, it's elbows, my shoulder. I
Yeah.
spread it until it's through my body. And my body feels even, then I could complete
Yeah,
this
yeah.
in a way that's relatively comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. We're still using our muscles, but that's not the focus.
Yeah. It's not that it's not the focus, it's that all your muscles are participating.
Okay.
And because we use our muscles in Tai Chi, what do we use the muscles for? To shape the fascia sphere. Because we're not literally a sphere.
Right.
Right? We're this shape, or we're this shape, or we're this shape. We're using the muscles to form the shape, and then the pressure inflates that shape. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
The pressure really comes from your Dantian, okay? But even without awareness that if you just have the pressure and expand it, right, into the shape, you'll naturally engage your Dantian.
So you don't need to focus on the lower Dantian in order
You
to
don't
use
need
it.
to, yeah, at all.
Right. Because some systems make a big deal of that.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have a Dantian.
Yeah,
You don't,
right.
just like when you drive, you don't think about your engine. It just pedals, stick shift maybe, and the steering wheels.
Right.
Yeah, those
And
are
it
the
just
things.
works.
Everything else just works. Your Dantian works for you, your meridians work for you, and so forth.
Okay, great.
Does that put it all into context for you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
That
all
was
right.
good to answer my question.